going to look at this microwave today. The issue is the turntable does not spin. I've got a coffee cup in there. Let me hit start. Hopefully you can see the cup is not turning. Cup just sitting there. So we're going to take it apart and see if it's a belt, if it's a gear, motor, and we'll find out what's going on. The first thing we want to do is take out the turntable plate and the support so that we don't break anything when we start turning this thing upside down. Now we've unplugged the microwave and we're going to remove the screws so that we can take the top off. There are also screws on each side. Once all the screws are removed, the cover will just lift straight off. Next, I've turned the unit upside down so that I can take the bottom cover off because our motor is going to be behind this plate. When removing the screws for the bottom plate, I want to leave these 4 screws in place because they hold the transformer in place, and I don't want that to fall. I have set the bottom cover aside, leaving the transformer connected, and there was enough slack in this wiring that I could just leave everything in place. This is the motor for the turntable. I'm going to unplug it. Now, after removing the motor, I see there are no gears or belts external to the motor itself. So it looks like this motor either works or it doesn't. It could have possibly been a bad connection on the plug. I'm going to do a couple of checks on this motor. Have an ohm meter set on the resistance scale of 20 kilo ohms. So I'm going to check across the terminals of the motor. 3.5K. So it's not shorted and it's not open. Depending on what circuitry in there, that seems like a reasonable number. I'm going to check from one terminal to the cover to ground, and I have infinite resistance, so it's not shorted. Motor may be okay. It's a 120 volt, just an AC motor. So the motor we just looked at is powered by this set of red and blue wires. The blue wire comes up to here, ties in with some other wiring. Looks like it might be a common wire. Good connection to here, so we're assuming that's all good, because if the connection was bad over here, other things wouldn't work besides the turntable. The red wire comes up to this plug, so that gets its power when you turn the microwave on. Power supplied through this circuitry. Good connection here. So I don't see anything obviously wrong. So either the motor doesn't work or that plug on the motor was loose. So we'll turn it on and see what happens. So what we'll do is go ahead and put the microwave totally back together, because either it's going to work or we'll have to replace that motor. We have a picture of the part numbers on the motor, so if it's bad, we can order a new motor. If it works, then we will assume that the plug-in on the motor itself was just a loose connection. So the microwave is totally reassembled. The covers are all secure back on. You don't ever want to run a microwave without all the covers on, because you don't know where you might get stray microwaves and damage yourself. Cook something you don't want cooked. So it's all assembled, it's plugged in, ready to test it. Let's hit start. Let's open the door. Turntable is spinning. You can see the cup turning. Turntable's working. The motor checked out good, but maybe just moving that plug, plugging in and out, cleaned up the connection enough to make it work. There was nothing wrong with the motor. We ohmed it out with the meter. It all checked out good. It's working now. All the wires on the other end from the motor were secure, so it almost had to be the connection there on the plug actually going to the motor. Whether it was loose all along or just a dirty connection. We'll never know, but it's working, zero cost repair. Hi, this is Hank. Thanks again for watching my videos on things you need to know now that you're a homeowner, or a vehicle owner, or if you just want to save money. I look forward to putting out many more videos. Please like and subscribe.